Okay, so as you can see, I'm preparing all these parts for painting. Also preparing this as well. Here's the section for the white, which I'm putting it in areas where it's easy for me to access. I was going to put that on a toothpick, but I said nah, I'll leave it the way it is for now. Now, this is the white, this is the yellow, and here's the red. There's only this side that needs to be painted red. Yellow is only one side, of course. Some of the yellow parts, you know, I have them on this, while this one has to be here. Then, of course, all the white parts. Charcoal parts, interestingly, has to be, I put it this way so I can paint the other side, and then this one just normal. So that's good right there. And I got all the other parts here, the blue, of course, 3 pieces of blue, which I have to paint, the red, and then all the white parts. This part here, like the arm, I put the sticky tack here to hold it up so I can get, you know, when I paint it, I want to make sure it's evenly coated both sides. I don't want one side being darker and the other one side being lighter. So I want to make sure I cover both aspects. I was actually thinking of maybe taking the round part here and put it through here and hold it up, but I think that should be okay like that. So that one's done. This part here, of course, is the backpack, which, reviewing it, I had to sand this down evenly if I can, if possible, because something didn't come out right here. So keep an eye on this when you sand this down. I don't know. I have a feeling this doesn't come out right, and I may have to redo it again. It's not evenly coated or evenly sanded, so it makes it difficult with this. Even though I can probably, I can remove this and do this. So I don't know if I should paint the inside, because, quite frankly, I don't know. I may leave it the way it is, but I do have to maybe paint it inside because it shows the these parts here that sticks out to go here to hold up the cannon. Yeah, I guess I may have to do that. This is actually really uncomfortable. I don't know why I'm saying that. It just feels like not a comfortable backpack for some odd reason. There is, of course, the thing that you have to cover these off and paint these, because if you look at the manual right here in the illustration, there's this part here that's painted out, you know, has a trim part painted off right there, plus this part here inside. So don't know if I may leave that with the weathering or the regular wash, and then just paint this normally when I cover it up with the masking tape. Again, there's going to be a lot of parts here that will be covered up for masking. Just double checking a few things here and there. Don't see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to begin priming, and then let it dry, and then we'll move on to the, of course, pre-shading and see how it comes out. So I am now beginning to prime the parts of the Barbatos. And originally what I was going to do was prime it and not record it, and then show off me painting off doing the pre-shading. But I decided to do an experimentation on a part, because I've been having a lot of problems with my black primer and microfiller. Now again, I used this airbrush, the old one, which is going to be my primer and my pre-shading airbrush that I'm going to be using from now on. But every time I do use it, somewhere between maybe the second or third part that I'm spray painting, it begins to clog up, and I find it very strange. I thought maybe something's wrong with my airbrush. That's why I bought the cleaner, the little airbrush cleaner, to clean up the inside. I thoroughly clean it. I'm now looking into maybe getting a sonic cleaner But I said, let me try an experiment. Even though this is actually considered pre-thinned, what harm will it, what harm will it make if I put a little bit more thinner? So I chose a little bit of paint and maybe about a few drops of thinner. I used the Mr. Color leveling thinner on it. And sure enough, not only did not clog up my airbrush, but it came out nice and smooth. Now, again, this was after 3 parts. Now I just decided to fill up the reservoir to do the whole thing because I'm going to now paint the whole part black. But I gave it a nice, coat. I mean, I filled it up with thinner on it. Now, I did read something that maybe I should use mineral, I think there was mineral oil on this, but I don't have that yet. But now that I'm experimenting with this paint, I'm starting to see its results, and its results came out really good. Let's try some parts here so we can check this out. The one thing you want, of course, is that the paint comes out nice and smooth. Yeah, so I'm now feeling better. Now I can use this again. Let's try this heel. I was originally just going to do the white, but I'm going to do all the colors. You can actually even hear the airbrush is not clogging up like it before. You don't hear that weird, weird sound that's in there. Now granted, this is a primer, so this is not actually a full-fledged color replacement. So, once it's done and I repaint the other color over it, it should be okay. Let's pull out the part that's easily seen. Let's try this one. Try that. This and this. Alright. Let's try this one, which is... I did, by the way... Oh, let me show you. I did glue these 2 parts together. And, thank you. Right. That's great. And I did glue this part, and then I sand it off so it's nice and flush. See how it comes out. The inside, of course, it doesn't have any more detail inside of it. Oh, good. I don't see the markings other than what's going to be covered up soon. So yeah, that's pretty good. And we have the leg armor. go. Comes out nice and smooth. Now remember, this is not, again, I'm doing this just for the fact that I'm going to be painting it white again, but leaving off the leading edges. And a technique that Barbatos FTW showed me and explained to me a while back. You know what? I should have removed this. This one I'm going to have to paint separate. And actually, this needs to be retouched up again. So let me just do this one. And then once I confirm that everything is okay, we'll move on to the next stage. But this will take me some time to cover all this, prime it, you could say. So stay tuned. Alright, so I'm in the midst of painting the inner frame a bit. I didn't show this off, but I did prime it, and then I started painting it my favorite color, which is always gunmetal, which I'm about a small amount left. Hopefully I'm going to start purchasing more gunmetal soon. But yeah, I started painting this, and I started to do a little bit of detailing, trying to see if I can bring the most out of this kit. One area of the kit that needed to be worked on a lot would have been these umbilicals that you see back here. That's in the back of the calf of the leg. Now I didn't waste time with tape, because I wanted to give it I wanted to see how it looks. So I just put a little bit in the reservoir of my older airbrush and started painting a little bit of chrome to see how it comes out, and it looks pretty good. It has the overall desired effect. I did paint over here as well, this section that we did discuss about. There it is. But to tell you the truth, that wasn't actually really necessary, because even though, okay, I know you guys, I've seen guys paint the whole kit, with the whole inner frame, how it looks, and that's great, but I'm not like that. I mean, I'm going to put the armor on. Why am I going to waste my time painting detail that's going to be covered up? I mean, hell, you don't see that here. It's covered up right there. Plus the gold parts that were painted, even the back area is not going to show, so I'm not going to do that as well. It's ridiculous for me to do that. So that I'm just going to leave alone. I am focusing on areas that will be exposed, like this, like the umbilicals right here. And then I'm going to have to see if I can paint the back end here as well. I started to do here, and then I ran out, but I said, let me pause for a second and then see if maybe I'm going to later on do a little bit of dry brushing, see how that comes out. So this came out okay. It's just a test. Later on I'm going to dry brush what do you call it, gunmetal in there, so that way I can cover up the chrome that was bleeded out. This section here of the body, I painted chrome here on the hydraulic parts, so maybe it'll show, maybe it'll not, I don't know. But I did paint chrome here on the forearms, which is exposed through the armor. So I did it on these two sides there, and I did it here on these two. Didn't do this one, this will be dry brushed, but I did it on this one as well, and this came out really good. Came out pretty good, as you can see there. Well, I did the spine here as well, and this section I had to pop off so I can paint these two little parts here. See? And this one here. I used a little rag that I have to polish it off and clean it up. I am planning to take the katana sword, mask the entire intersection here and here, and then mask off this area, and then just chrome plate the blades and try that. I know that this entire section here is all white, so I'll get to that later on. I'm also preparing my white paint as well, so I can begin with the armor parts in a few moments, so just stay tuned for that. Now, continuing on with this painting, I was going to paint the thrusters here, the one that's behind the calf, above the calf. I was going to paint that chrome, but then I forgot I had this paint, dark aluminum. Chrome brings out the shine, but this one is a little bit more duller, and I kind of like this one because here's how it looks once I finish painting it. It's a nice dull color, and I really like it so much that I did it for all of them. I did the thruster part, which is also dull, and then I have these two. I'm trying to remember what were these for. I painted it and I don't remember from where. Oh, that's from the side skirts. Oh, it's still not bad for the armor. That's good. I like that. I don't think there's any other armored parts above the body that needs to be dull coated. I think what I'm going to do is after I finish painting the inside, painting the whole thing, this whole thing, I'm going to probably paint the inside dull so that way it has a different tone. I may do the cannon dull. That's a good idea. And you know what? These look weird, but it would look better if they were dull coated. The little side parts here and here. Yeah, that looks really nice. I think that would be a good idea to try that. Let me just double check again if I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. Alright. So there you have it. Let me just clean up a bit, and then we're going to begin painting the next color.